Welcome back and happy Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Unfortunately, with Labor Day weekend, we know the new school year is coming around, and I do not like that, but football season is coming around too. I'm going to try and stay up to date with betting every week on football games and on UFC cards every now and then, but definitely football games. This will most likely be my last week or 2 weeks ago, would most likely be my last week of MLB bets, just because with the school year it would be difficult to make bets and make a video on it before any of the games started, unless I did the games a day in advance, but sometimes all the data isn't there that I need. Anyway, it marks the end of the summer, the end of my summer sports betting videos, and with that I'm going to do a quick wrap up. I apologize for not having a video up this Wednesday. I wasn't able to get to it. I did get some bets in on MLB games. The last 2 weeks in MLB games, collectively I lost $60K, so not too hot, but it's okay. It makes me look human, makes you guys realize that I'm not just making up numbers. But here are the real numbers. I started off with 289.2K. That was the magic number, as I call it, in the first week of sports betting. My end point, what I have right now, is 387K. So that is a profit of 97.8K. Over 8 weeks of betting, that's just over 10K a week. My overall accuracy, I made 106 bets, and 61 of them were correct. That means on about 58% of my bets, I was right, which is not too bad. I would like to see that round up to 60, but I'm glad I'm over the 50-50 mark for sure. Break it down even more specific. MLB games, for me, those are the most difficult to bet on. Overall, I went 38 for 69 with a 55% accuracy, so not bad, but I ended up losing 6.1K betting on MLB games. So there was no profit in the MLB games despite being over the 50-50 mark. And those games it took a lot of thought and what if scenarios in your head to go through. Baseball games were definitely the most difficult to bet on, for sure. UFC, I think that's easier to bet on. That's just for me personally. It might be from, I wrestle a lot, so maybe I have more of a connection with that, but it seemed easier to bet on. Overall, I went 23 for 37, so the sample size wasn't as big, with an accuracy of 62% about. But my profit was 103.87K. So betting on UFC for me was much, much more profitable than betting on MLB games. For me, I also think it's more fun because when you bet on a UFC card, you can watch the whole card and you can see each bet, root for whatever fighter you chose. With MLB, there's so many games going on at the same time. It lasts all day, not just 3 hours or however long a UFC event lasts. It's difficult to follow. In the UFC, it's easy to follow. It's easier to feel more connected to. So personally, I prefer betting on UFC events. Personally, I might still get some MLB bets in the far, far future, but that's my hot take for this video. Probably a couple more coming up. My next hot take, don't gamble money. Don't gamble for money. I did end up making profit, but this was, let's put this into more realistic views. I put 10K on each bet, on each team or each fighter I thought would win. So there were usually either 13 fights, 13 baseball games, sometimes 15. So that's betting 100, let's go with 15 so the math's easier. That's betting 10,000. So 15 that's spending $150K each week. And if I made a profit of $30K, that's only $180,000 in return, the money that's coming back, $30,000 more. That it just doesn't seem as profitable as you'd want it for the investment that you're making. Even put it into, let's say you bet $10. Let's say you put $10 on each team. Obviously, I did it without parlays, stuff like that, which makes your odds even lower of winning. But just straight up, like I was doing it, $10 on each team, that's $150 each week to maybe see $180 in return. It just doesn't seem that profitable, and you can lose money much faster than you win money. That is for sure. I experienced that the last 2 weeks. But yeah, betting for money, probably not the best investment, but really probably the biggest reason to do it is just that feeling of, I called it. Like, that's one of the best feelings in sports. At the lunch table, you're talking with your friends. That's one of the best feelings to have with your friends, whether it's sports, a relationship, someone, I don't know, doing something stupid, a dare, for them to come back and you to be able to say, I called it. It's more about the rush than the actual money, it seems like, which I don't know. It's up for you to decide. If you want to put 150 in and see 180 back, go for it. It is positive. It is positive when you win, for sure. But getting off the soapbox, with the end of the betting videos, other than if I can keep up with NFL bets, which I'll keep you posted on, the podcast will be kicking back up. It was difficult to keep up over the summer. I took a break from it, but now I have people I want to get on. I'm hoping to get on questions made. I'm going to kick that back up with the start of the school year. Ideally, there's 40 weeks of school, so ideally there would be 40 podcasts, 40 interviews that I have. That's the goal. That's the idea. Really looking forward to it. That'll be fun, and I hope you guys stay tuned and listen to it. But last, to wrap this whole thing up, thank you for the support and watching the videos over the summer, sharing, commenting, liking, whatever you guys did, even just watching it and scrolling by, getting that one extra view. Thank you for being a fan. A shout out to Logan Gath. The first day I posted on Instagram a story, he reposted it, said go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Abby Cummins, I know she was one of the first subscribers. Adam Webster, he commented like a triple, quadruple thumbs up on one of my videos. He commented on one of my Instagram videos too. Dan HD, I already mentioned him earlier, commenting on one of my TikTok videos. Thank you for all support, however you did it. Thank you. And stay tuned. Podcast coming up. Have a great Labor Day weekend. A good school year if that's possible. And stay tuned. I'll see you later.